This is an incredible day. There's so much to cover, and I can't get it all in, but I'm going to say this. Number one, Trump has really matured. That is a major thing we're seeing today. Second of all, he handed Joe Biden and Nurse Jill, Kamala, all of them. And what's his name, Obama, Clinton, all of them. He handed them their asses. He handed them their butts today. And he scolded them and schooled them with class and respect. And as they sat there and seethed while he said he's going to take this country in the right direction, an immediate end of the invasion, the program that lets Cubans, Venezuelans, Haitians, and Nicaraguans to just come in, fly them in. That's over. The CBP One app phone, every one of those appointments canceled. It's over. The deployment of the U.S. military to the border ASAP to finish building the wall to help support and seal and secure our border. The military to defend our country from enemies, foreign in this case. Trump has matured. He has he owned the moment today. He genuinely did. Um, But it was something else to watch, Joe and Kamala, all of them sit there and have to purse their lips and not clap as they got their butts schooled. Trump said today, "I was saved for a reason by God and to make America great again." He says we have only 2 genders, and, I couldn't agree more with all that. But I wanna also get into more of what he's doing at the border and these pardons, these absolutely unbelievable pardons of Joe Biden and how he's like a little child. Joe Biden is a little child, literally doing horrible things to somebody who he considers his enemy, only to turn on like a little child and to pardon everybody in his family, in his universe, Dr. Fauci, the January 6th hoax committee, all of them. And their whole thing, Fauci today saying he had committed no crime, but the threats create an immeasurable and intolerable distress to me and my family, said Dr. Fauci. For these reasons, I'm acknowledged and I'm grateful about the pardon. Guess what that means? You're guilty, but guess what it means bigger? You have been living like Trump, being afraid. Only Trump is the one that was attacked and that was threatened with jail and was convicted on bogus charges. You have had nothing to you, and you're complaining. Wow. All right, let's look at some more. Let's look at Biden, the child. He's pardoning his family. James Biden, the bagman, Frank Biden, the whole family, taking those millions in, laundering them. Joe Biden says, "My family has been subjected to unrelenting attacks and threats, motivated solely by a desire to hurt me, the worst kind of partisan politics. Unfortunately, I have no reason to believe these attacks will end." Joe Biden, you're like a little child. You went in and stole all the cookies, and then you want prosecutorial protection because you stole Trump's cookies, and you don't want him turning you in like you turned him in for nothing. Unbelievable. A little child. The logic of a little child. You go do bad things, and then you try to protect yourself from your enemy responding to the bad things you did to him. Unbelievable. And trying to say he's the bad guy. Biden also, the Wall Street Journal chiding Biden today, saying this is the inevitable political logic of President Biden's lawfare campaign. That's right. He's a child who's afraid of what he did to Trump being done to him. Aren't we supposed to do unto others as you want them to do to you? He did the opposite. Oh, General Mark Milley. You got to pardon Dr. Anthony Fauci, the January 6th committees. And I like how Joe Biden said these pardons should not be mistaken for any admission of guilt. Why do you need a pardon if you ain't guilty? I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And I love Mark Milley, the general, former Joint Chiefs of Staff, who was pardoned. I do not wish to spend whatever remaining time the Lord grants me fighting those who unjustly might seek retribution for perceived slights. Excuse me, you mean you don't want it to happen what had happened to him happen to you? That every one of these people are rank, massive hypocrites. What's Trump going to do on the border? A whole bunch of stuff. First of all, deployment of U.S. troops to the border, immediate termination of Biden's mass parole programs, CBP-1, and the illegal migrant flights in from those 4 countries I told you about: Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Haiti. DHS and DOD to finish construction on the border wall, take operational control of our border, end catch and release, put back in place, remain in Mexico so they can wait for their asylum they won't get for 5 years on the other side of the border. Armed forces now have a role in protecting our borders. MS-13 and Tren de Aragua, both designated FTO, foreign terrorist organization. We can go after the banks. We can go after the people supplying money to them, doing business with them. They are a terrorist like Hamas. And that means we could take them out. And that's what I'd like the president to do. What a joy. What an absolute joy. Day number 2. It's going to be even better and bigger than right now. Day number 1, which is incredible. Head spinning. Good.